Okay, picture this. It's the absolute dead of night. You're walking down this incredibly quiet, dimly lit corridor of an engineering college hostel. You know the vibe, right? The only light is that harsh, pale glow from a flickering tube light and maybe some soft light creeping out from under a single dorm room door. In one room, someone's deep into coding. In another, they're cramming for some brutal assignment. It's a setting we all instantly recognize. It's a place of high academic stress, lots of caffeine, and sleepless nights. But tonight, at the Indian Institute of Innovation, that familiar, quiet late-night study session is about to turn into an absolute pulse-pounding nightmare.
So, it begs a seriously chilling question. What actually happens when the crushing pressure of college placements turns your friends into literal monsters? Today, we're exploring a story that starts with some highly relatable academic anxiety and then rapidly, and I mean rapidly, escalates into pure survival horror. It's a fascinating look at how ordinary college life can just completely flip upside down in a matter of minutes.
Let's set the scene. It's exactly 1 a.m. on the ground floor, room 107. Inside is Ravi. He's a fourth-year engineering student, completely isolated, just burning the midnight oil. He's desperately preparing for an absolutely crucial placement interview the next day. You see, this massive tech company, Hypotenuse Technologies, had visited the campus, and unfortunately, Ravi didn't make the cut in their earlier rounds. So he's feeling pretty dejected, but totally determined to leave no stone unturned. His desk is just littered with coffee mugs, the whiteboard is covered in these complex formulas, and outside his window, nothing but pitch-black darkness and this unsettling calm. You know, it's very much like the silence right before a major storm.
And a totally normal night just unravels in minutes. At 1 a.m., Ravi is laser-focused on Hypotenuse Tech. But around 1:15 a.m., a loud thud echoes out in the corridor. At first, he completely ignores it. I mean, hostel corridors are naturally noisy, right? He assumes someone's just drunk or making a late-night bathroom run. But then, the noises shift. He starts hearing this deep, guttural growling, like an actual wild animal is just roaming around outside. He cautiously opens his door to an empty corridor, lit only by that one flickering light. And by 1:20 a.m., he spots it. A thick, dark red trail of blood leading directly from the common bathroom toward the first-floor stairs.
Driven by the sounds of a muffled scream, Ravi follows that trail of blood right to the common bathroom. And the scene he walks into, it's utterly gruesome. His mind is literally struggling to process what he's seeing. There's a first-year student named Amit, pinned down on the floor, being brutally attacked. The attacker's face is completely smeared in blood, and he's viciously tearing into Amit's neck.
But here is the terrifying kicker. The attacker in that bathroom isn't some random stranger. It's Virat, Ravi's good friend and cricket buddy. But he's covered in blood, snarling, and behaving entirely like a feral animal. When Ravi instinctively steps forward to try and save the first-year student, Virat slowly turns his predatory gaze right onto his own friend. Moving with this unnatural, jerky kind of walk, he starts stalking directly toward Ravi.
Pure fight or flight kicks in. Ravi, running on unfiltered adrenaline, sprints back to room 107 and tightly locks the door from the inside. He grabs his phone to try and figure out what on earth is happening. And the hostel WhatsApp group has just exploded. There are 500 unread frantic messages. Bro, room lock karo. Don't open the door. College mein log pagal ho gaye hain. Translated to English, this essentially means, bro, lock the room. Don't open the door. People in college have gone completely mad. They are literally biting each other out there.
So, reading through this absolute chaos of a group chat, Ravi finally pieces together the truth. Apparently, a pre-placement party earlier that evening went horribly, disastrously wrong. The college toppers, literally the smartest academic minds on campus, somehow drank a strange, unidentified serum, and now these brilliant students have become violently infected. They are actively hunting down other students, biting them, and converting everyone into whatever bloodthirsty monsters they've just become.
And just as Ravi is trying to mentally digest this unimaginable reality, boom, disaster strikes again. The electricity completely cuts out. At the exact same time, the mobile network just vanishes. Dead. The entire room is instantly plunged into pitch-black darkness. The only light left in room 107 is that eerie, faint blue glow coming from his laptop and mobile screens. And in that terrifying little bit of blue light, Ravi notices a shadow cast at the very bottom of his door.
Then comes the sound. One slow, heavy knock on the wood. Ravi, his voice totally trembling, asks, "Who is it? Who's there?"
There is absolutely no answer. Then, 3 agonizingly deliberate knocks. Thud, thud, thud. Louder this time. Forceful, like whatever is out there is completely losing its patience. Ravi backs away in pure terror, flicking on his phone's flashlight with shaking hands. And then, the door handle begins to jiggle, slowly at first. Left, right, left, right.
Suddenly, the handle shakes violently. The heavy wooden door shudders once, twice. It literally sounds like someone is trying to break the whole thing down. The wood is actually beginning to splinter and crack under the sheer force of it. But then, dead silence. For maybe 10, 20 seconds, there is no movement at all. Nothing. Ravi slowly tiptoes toward the door, just praying the monster gave up. But in a split second, a massive blow shatters the door, sending it crashing to the floor. Virat is standing right there, breathing heavily, growling with this primal rage. Virat lunges and Ravi just relies on pure survival instinct. He smashes a nearby chair squarely over Virat's head, shoves him backward with all his might, and makes a desperate, full sprint dash toward the main campus gate.
But as Ravi sneaks his way toward the exit, hoping to escape into the night, he runs into a sight straight out of a nightmare. The path to the gate is totally blocked. He sees a massive horde of over 100 infected students. They're staggering together, moving as this one terrifying unit. Their clothes are torn to shreds, their bodies are covered in fresh bite marks, and worst of all, their eyes are glowing with this piercing, eerie white light, and the entire horde is heading directly his way. Trapped, Ravi has no choice but to flee into the college library and dive behind a tall bookshelf. Now, normally, a college library is quiet, it's safe, it's highly organized, basically a haven for stressed-out students. But tonight, it's a deadly trap. It's completely dark and crawling with those shuffling white-eyed zombies. Ravi's whole body is shaking as the infected slowly enter the space. But miraculously, after a few incredibly tense moments, they actually begin to shuffle back out. Ravi exhales. He thinks, just maybe, he has survived this.
He's trying to catch his breath behind the wooden bookshelf. He genuinely believes he's safe. But then, a single drop of blood falls from the darkness above, landing squarely on his face. Ravi slowly looks up. Sitting perched on top of the very bookshelf he's been hiding behind is Virat. Virat instantly leaps down, overpowering Ravi completely. Ravi's terrified screams just echo through the empty library, drawing that massive horde of infected students right back into the room surrounding him completely.
And when Ravi finally opens his eyes, we realize the grim truth. His eyes are no longer human. They are glowing a bright, eerie white, just like the rest of the horde. Ravi's desperate fight for survival has failed. He's been bitten. He is now fully transformed into a zombie himself.
Okay, wow. Let's all take a collective deep breath here. The prestigious Indian Institute of Innovation has officially become the Indian Institute of Zombies. Who's going to stop this massive zombie attack? What on earth happens to the rest of the campus? Well, the answer to that is where this entire explainer takes a massive, brilliant twist. Because this entire terrifying, heart-pounding ordeal we just walked through together, it isn't a real campus legend. No, it's actually the brilliant, highly creative premise for an upcoming horror comedy movie called IZ. It is an absolute masterclass in promotional storytelling. I mean, they hook you with this highly relatable college stress before seamlessly dropping you into an absurd zombie apocalypse. By disguising a comedy pitch as pure horror, it grabs your attention completely before finally revealing the punchline.
And here is exactly why you should be excited for this. That horrifying origin story where the brilliant college toppers turn into zombies? Yeah, they actually mistook the zombie serum for welcome drinks at their pre-placement party. The absurd lengths normal students will go to in order to stop these zombie toppers are guaranteed to be hilarious. And why is that? Because the minds writing this are the exact same comedic geniuses behind massive hit shows like Dhindora, Taza Khabar and Farzi. So the fun is absolutely guaranteed. And the best part? You can catch the whole shebang in theaters on May 15th.
So, that brings us to the ultimate question to leave you with. Will you survive IIZ on May 15th? It's shaping up to be a phenomenal blend of highly relatable college placement stress and just completely absurd, hilarious horror. Grab your friends, head to the theaters, and see exactly how the rest of the campus handles this ridiculous zombie topper outbreak. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Stay curious, and I'll catch you in the next one.